Shalom to the elect of Israel. Shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel. You Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indian, and Haitians. Gotta give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Korash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well, and a sincere salutation to all the Akim pushing the truth throughout the four winds of the earth, waking up the hopeful elect. Shalom to the Outwalk who are listening and learning. I'm Isaiah, coming into another lesson in truth, fact, faith, and edification. And this is a lesson on the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. So, Lord's witness be edifying. Now you got a new clip from RT News about humans and machines and everything merging together, okay, through the technology of the RFID microchip. So Lord witness be edifying. So I'm going to go to the clip.
For many people, going a few minutes without their smartphone can result in an apoplectic fit, right? Great word choice. That's a seizure for you laymen out there. No one expects it's saying that people are becoming so dependent on technology that they may just one day outright merge into the technology. Imagine that. Here's Trinity Chavez.
For many people, going a few minutes without their smartphone can feel like a lifetime. But one expert says that humans are becoming so dependent on technology that we are actually merging into it. And it could happen sooner than we think. It sounds like a scene out of a sci-fi movie.
Help me find out what is wrong with these robots.
Humans merging with machines.
Murder is a new trick for a robot. Respond.
But according to Professor Yuval Harari, a historian at the Hebrew University in Jerusalem, it's becoming more and more difficult to tell where humans end and machines begin, especially given how much big tech companies have disrupted everything from e-commerce, like Amazon, to relationships, like Facebook. Speaking at the Fast Company European Innovation Festival, he said, "It's increasingly hard to tell where I end and where the computer begins. In the future, it is likely that the smartphone will not be separated from you at all. It may be embedded in your body or brain, constantly scanning your biometric data and your emotions."
I think that we are going to be connecting more with technology, but there's no way we're ever going to lose a sense of soul. The essence of our humanhood is not about technology at all. It's about our values, our sense of self, our ego, the substrates of what we believe in. And no amount of technology is going to ever replace that.
Harari also described a vision of the future where humans and machines become one and says it's a reality that's not so far away. Technology companies from Apple to Facebook to Google have created smartphones and an online reality where we already spend most of our time.
There's a lot that we get out of the internet and out of computers in general, but they are only as good as the people who are using them. There's an essence, a soul inside of each of us that is never going to be replaceable by anything technological.
Harari thinks it is inevitable that we will manipulate humans in profound ways in the years to come. We have already genetically manipulated animals, technologies like IVF, and been able to shape the creation of human life. According to Fast Company, if somehow we are able to merge these technologies with the human body through chips in our brains or bodies, Harari says that this would be the biggest revolution in all of human history. Now, throughout our existence as a species, we have always been able to manipulate our environment and create tools that make our lives better.
Now, just showing you on this clip right here, you can see this guy actually got a chip in his brain, man. Okay, you can see it right there, man. So these Edomites already doing this, man. And this guy, Elon Musk, man, with the company that he has called Neuralink. Hey, I did a video a couple months ago. It said over 40,000 people already had a chip in their brain right now, man. Okay? So this thing is taking off, man.
But until now, we haven't been able to manipulate ourselves. Reporting in New York, Trinity Chavez.
This thing is already happening, man. Now this is a clip from this Edomite that was in Barcelona. Now this was in March of this year. This was March 5th, 2019, the year of Karagma.
The IMF recently came out with a report about cashless society, and they said near future two separate currencies.
The two-tier system.
Yes, cash and digital. And it will be more painful to operate in the cash market because there will be negative interest rates associated with
You'll be
cash.
penalized.
Yes,
My goodness.
of course.
That's not negative interest rates, and you're charged money.
You're going to be charged, but you won't have negative interest rates if you have digital cash.
Of course not.
So what is it? Pain or gain? Which one do you want? All decisions are based on pain or gain. That's right.
Path of least resistance. They're incentivizing going to the cashless
They're going to make it
protocol.
painful to keep cash. They're going to make it gainful to get rid of cash.
Well, we've seen stories about companies putting microchips in their employees to open a key fob.
Which was Three
or a
Square
vending
Market, the
machine.
company in Wisconsin.
Okay, I see that. It's a little off-putting. But what did we see at this demonstration at the biggest event of the year for the World Telecommunications? But who was hosting this, Rick? What made this different than just a parlor trick or a new invention?
It was a bank, a major bank, Banco Sabadell of Spain,
Yes.
and the GSMA, which is the trade association of the mobile phone industry. And the two of them coming together endorsed microchipping of a human. This was an event that was promoted at the event. We heard it from the stage
Yes.
of the opening session.
Yeah, we had
Make
to go to
sure you watch the microchipping today at
Banco Sabadell stage.
Yes.
Yes, and
They sponsored it.
They rented that stage as an exhibitor. It was on the GSMA website. It was on the GSMA app. It was in the exhibit program books. Everybody knew that at 5:30 p.m. there was going to be a demonstration of a new economic system.
And obviously you mentioned the reason why the World Economic Forum, the official Alex Rodriguez Patello, why it's important that he was there, is that I remembered from our trip to Davos, one of the goals that the World Economic Forum laid out in 2018 and repeated in 2019 was the push toward having IDs for those who are refugees, those who are impoverished. And actually, a UN program the World Economic Forum has partnered with is called ID 2020. And we learned that the Universal Digital Identity, UDI, is a program they're pushing toward giving refugees. They're going to get aid. It's always going to be cashless. They're not giving these refugees cash. They're giving them credit cards. They're giving them other things, such as the biometric identification, which they can use for purchases, which they then use in the countries they go to.
We heard about India's system.
Yes, the Aadhaar system.
They talked about it in Barcelona. In fact, this year there was open discussion of a universal digital identity, whereas previously that was not discussed. This year they discussed a universal digital identity.
They call it a human right. It's a human right to them that everybody have that.
One session that I attended the focus was who's going to manage the universal digital identity. Who will be in charge of it? Will it be a government agency? Will it be the banks of the world?
Or global brain.
Artificial intelligence? But this is where they're now discussing, well, who's going to be in charge of maintaining control of these digital identities? And the speakers there,
The Rothschilds,
that
man.
I attended, they were
And the
leaning
little
towards
puppets they're gonna
banks.
set up,
Let's
man.
make the banks.
Because you can trust.
Yeah,
That's where it's so well
you can
passed.
trust the banks.
They won't do anything to hurt you.
That's right. Hey, let's show the video. This next video is the
The Edomites gonna control this, man.
transfer of money.
The
Now,
Rothschilds, the
the
head
man,
of the heads of the
man
entire
that got
planet.
microchip is not the man that they used to transfer money because they said the flesh wound needed to heal. What, 24, 48 hours, 72 hours to heal?
Yeah.
Right? And the body was, already, the temperature
Tender.
was,
Oh, it's too.
yeah, the body was
wound. Yeah, it's a wound.
raising its temperature around the wound, and that was going to interfere in the bank transaction. So they brought out on stage another man
Who had already been
who
chipped.
had already been chipped.
I got it. Okay.
And so, they used the example, when you're watching a cooking show and the TV cook makes a dish and puts it in the oven, and then 20 seconds later it comes out. And how's that possible? Okay. And they said, of course, it was already pre-made, so we can't scan
Edgar's hand because he needs 72 hours to heal before he can do business, okay, with his hand. But we have another man who's already been chipped, and they brought him out. And what they did is that they transferred money from one bank account to another bank account
In real time.
in real time. They had a camera on his digital wallet, the bank account, and we watched it go into his account.
Wow.
So here's the video. Watch this.
And all you Jakes, you 2/3, you gonna be willing to take this RFD microchip, man.
We've programmed the chip that's inside Val's hand to have all his necessary payment information. In this case, his Box.A account. Box.A had created a point of sale kind of system just because simply we don't have the normal point of sale thing that they have outside. So it's a virtual point of sale system. And what's going to happen is that Edgar is needing money from Pau. So he's going to say, hey man, you owe me 15 euros. So he's going to put his phone next to Pau's hands and he's going to take that money direct deposit into his bank account. So this is the app right now. We're going to do it a couple times just so you can see it.
The reason I'm showing this because
Just so you think that it's not something weird happening. Do you think
this is
that
the latest
So this is the extra section
implant of the RFD microchip.
is that there is an LED light inside of this chip. It doesn't have a battery or anything like this. The energy feeds off of the actual frequencies that are being sent from the cell phone. Can you see the light? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that light is underneath his skin right now. Wow. Okay. So in a pause for everyone, can we see the transaction being made? Okay, so if we zoom in, there we can see the transaction being authorized from Val's wallet, which was on his hands, to Edgar's account. And this is not a Bitcoin wallet, this is actual money being transferred through Box.A accounts right now.
And you were there.
We were there, Doc. It's happening. It's happening. It's really happening, Doc. What we have talked about for years as Christians, what Christians have talked about for 2,000 years, ever since John saw this on Patmos. How could this be? What would this be like? How could the whole world be connected to a financial system and a mark, and they needed to buy and sell? Nobody could figure this out until recent decades. And then with the technology, people began to see this is possible. Well, it is now in motion. It's reality. And this is going to come upon the church faster than they comprehend. And unfortunately, most of the church is totally clueless and unprepared for what is coming.
Don't you think this is obvious? Should this be obvious to the church that this is?
Yes, we should have been. The church should be shouting this. We should have. When I was a young Christian, it was common to hear sermons about the end of the world, the second coming of Christ, the mark of the beast.
Right.
But in the last 20 years, there's been such a cooling, and now the church world is in a comatose state. It's ice cold, and only a few Christians are awake and alert. Jesus repeatedly told his disciples, be alert,
Yes.
stay awake, be ready, be diligent, I'm coming. The church is not awake. The church is not alert right now. And the few who are talking about the Lord's return are convinced saints, they're going to be raptured away. And these things will happen after the great rapture.
Right.
And they won't face it.
In fact, there's a prominent minister out there right now that says that, he's not worried about microchipping or anything like that, because if he's receiving it, that means that's not the mark of the beast.
Yes, and
Because he has been raptured.
I've had them tell me that. It can't be the mark of the beast.
That's how they're gonna be deceived.
The rapture hasn't happened.
By
think
that
about
madness.
How selfish that statement is. Let's say he does believe that. That's their doctrine. But what about those who are unsaved? You can hold that position. If you're a Christian, though, are you grieving for the souls who mean eternal disconnect from Jesus and God? I mean, think about this.
No, they got their ticket and they're out of here. That's the way they see it. They got their ticket stamped and they're leaving, and they don't really care about anybody else. It is a very selfish attitude. The bank, I want to talk about the bank, Banco Sabadell.
Yes.
This is not, here in America, Americans don't know that name. But people in Europe don't know the names of major banks here in the USA, all right? But Banco Sabadell is a very big banking player in Europe.
Yeah, so they're gaining prominence very quickly, actually. Right now, they're the fifth largest bank in Spain. They have 220 billion euros worth of assets. But Banco Sabadell, just this past year, Greg,
220 billion euros?
220 billion euros of assets. That includes the depositors. You think that's how many people bank with Banco Sabadell? Well, this past year, in 2018, they secured some very important strategic partnerships, which now, when you pair with what we just watched, make a lot of sense. The first one, actually, in July of last year, they secured a strategic partnership with Alibaba through Alipay. Now, Alipay is a software platform used in China and now will be used in Spain for payment with your cell phone, and especially when you walk into a grocery store or any kind of shop. Everywhere in China is using this.
Extremely popular.
Now, in addition to Alipay, Banco Sabadell, actually in March of last year, secured a strategic partnership with Apple Pay. Now, this means that anybody who has an iPhone 6 or an iPad or anything of that generation, and also going on to the iPhone X and iPhone 10 with biometrics of the face, they can pay using their Banco Sabadell bank account. They can pay for any product, any service. With these two partnerships, Rick, within, let's say, a decade from now, Banco Sabadell will be a major player, not just a...
Now, I got another video I want to go to real quick. Because what I'm trying to show is, hey, man, these Edomites is finna come down with great wrath, man. So I'm going to go to another video. I want to show the actual video when the dude was getting chipped. And I want you to hear what the guy say who's on stage with the guy that's getting chipped. So I'm going to play some of this. Lord, wouldn't it be edifying? So let me back up to like 10 minutes. And I want you to hear what this devil say, man. And I'm finna get the word. I'm gonna go into this word. Mark.
Let's be honest, this is me just talking a little bit because we're all excited to see this. We'll give it a couple moments of silence for the tensions to build up, and then I'll keep talking. Shit, I'm nervous. You have one?
Now I'm gonna say this before they start. So when you go to when it said he calls them all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, receive a mark. The word mark is charagma, right, in the Greek. It said to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man may buy or sell, say he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of the name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is a number of a man, and his number is 636. Now, when you go to Revelation 13:18, for 666, 636, in the word is a chi-psi stigma, right? So when you go to the 666, it's a when you tap on it on the blue letter, right? It tell you G4742, okay, for shy side stigma, and it says, let me go back. This is for the word stigma, because this is what this devil gonna say. He's gonna say about pricked. And this for the word stigma. I'm gonna let this play while I pull it up.
Not yet, but I'm planning it, and I'm working with a friend who's an chip implanter, and just talking to her now about what to do, what I'm going to choose to have, what data will hold on it. Yes, so
What would be the first thing that you would put on it?
I'd like to get this constant keying codes, just quickly being able to open phones, laptops.
I want you to hear what this devil gonna say.
I'd also like to get rid of quite a lot of things I carry in my bag, and very much like biosignal feedback in different ways. And I don't have a medical need, but many people do have that. So I think there's a very
Now, when you go to the word mark,
potential for people who like
which is charagma in the Greek,
even sun exposure, you have too much sun, vibrations on that. So, and maybe there's something more creative to do too. There are people using chips to make music in the air. There are people using chips to feel earthquakes around the world.
It's charagma.
Feel weather coming.
And it's a
very creative, wonderful,
imprinted.
Idiosyncratic choices as well.
It's a badge of Antichrist, right?
It's waiting.
Now,
Okay. So I guess we're cleaning the surface.
so when it says for stigma,
The surface is his hand.
it says for stigma, it say a mark pricked in or branded upon the body to ancient Oriental it's a mark pricked in or branded upon the body to ancient Oriental usage. Slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their masters or commander, branded or pricked, cut into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belonged to, and they were even some devotees who stamped themselves in this way with the token of their gods. Okay, so stigma is pricked, a mark, incised, or punched for recognition of ownership, scar of service. So listen to what this devil say.
How excited are you on a level of 0 to 10? 90%? That's it. That's all we needed. It was just a quick check. Okay, so how far away do you think we are from
To
everything
stick.
that you're saying? All this cool stuff.
As I mentioned, I do think for younger generations, this is definitely a way forward. There's been a lot of testing of implants, both on the medical side, but also for information-based data implants. Many different materials can be used: gold, silver, platinum, uranium, and in different parts of the body. This has been happening for quite a while now, and we have some quite strong pioneers who experimented with it
Mark.
from the 80s onwards.
G5482.
So yeah, I think we're ready to move.
So Edgar is going to be putting some digital bling onto himself right
A
now.
stamp, an imprint mark
Yeah.
of the mark stamp on the forehead or the right
Do you have
hand
any questions about what's happening
as the
right
badge of the followers
now?
of the
Very
Antichrist.
Very simple level while we're waiting for this to happen.
Dean carved, sculpture, graven work.
What is the functionality of this shape, and also for how long is it gonna happen?
So for how long he's going to have it in there is however long he decides to have it. But what's good about it is that it's simple to take out. It's just one little prick and you can take it out. So
See?
it's in there for.
Did you hear the devil? He said just one little prick, and he can take it out. And when you look up stigma, it says to be pricked, man. Okay? This devil just told you what the deal is, man. That's why I read what shy stigma is, man. Stigma is to prick. Okay? Pricked, man. Incised or punched. Now he said just a little prick and he can take it out. That was my point. I want you to hear what he said about pricked.
I think it's like 5 or something more years. It depends on the type of manufacturer, but they all have a coating that's biocompatible. Again, as I said, the functionality of this specific chip is not the most complex in the entire world.
Now, when you go to
chip from like a credit card set. So
when you
actually,
go
this
to
is- just keep walking over here to see what's
when you go
happening.
to Leviticus,
Okay, so I'm gonna be like David Attenborough as I kind of dictate or narrate what's going on.
You go to
The area
Leviticus.
has been marked with what seems to be a marker.
Leviticus 19
Super, technical.
and 28.
Let's talk about
We'll
something
put it
else
up in the
that's
blue
happening.
letter.
I'm getting super excited about this. Oh, should we do another question? Sorry.
That's what it
Go
reads.
for it. I know we'll keep talking. Edgar, what data are you gonna?
Leviticus 19:28.
I'm sorry. What's the data that this gentleman's gonna put on the chip? This gentleman, as he will
It reads,
to you later on, will be.
you should not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord Yahweh. So when you tap on the word marks, right, in Leviticus 19:28, it said H7085, which is Kwa. Kwa. And it say incision, imprinted tattoo mark. It say from the same as H6970, an incision or gash mark. Incision, imprintment.
Find that angle.
Okay? Kwa.
It's magnified, guys. It's not that big. Okay, so the syringe is about the size of 2 times the needle that they use to. Oh, it's happening. Okay.
Just like that, man. And you Jake's gonna take this, man. You 2/3 of Israel. You 2/3. You 2/3 Jake's. You 2/3 Israelites gonna take this, man. Without a doubt, man. Hey, man. That's why we pray day in and day out, man. If the Lord keeps us in the spirit. That he keeps us in the spirit, man. And strengthen us to not take this mark of the beast, man, which is already a microchip, man. Okay? We pray that the Lord keeps us in the spirit, man. And to not take this, man. Hey, but the Lord say, hey, matter of fact, it's Revelation chapter 3. Because his elect ain't going to take it, man. Revelation 3 and verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. So the Lord said he would keep his elect from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world. Which is what, man? The mark of the beast. Okay? To try all them, man. Everybody, man. Both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, man. It's just showing you, man, that there's already microchip, man. This thing is serious, man. Okay? And it's been happening for a while, man. Okay? It said to receive a mark in their foreheads or in their right hand, man. Now, when you look right here, You see this Edomite got a chip in his forehead, man. In his head, man. Okay? And the last video I did, it says over 40,000 people that already have the chip in their heads, man. In their brain, man. Okay? So this thing is major, man. So you sit around playing games, talking about this June, where the chip at, hey, it's already here, man. Been going on for a while. It's the Lord with us for edifying. Got to give our praises to Yahweh. Bahashim Yahweh Shah. Bahashim Rakah Qurash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well, and a sincere salutation to all the Akim, pushing the truth of the four winds of the earth, waiting up the hope for the elect. Shalom to the Aqua for listening and learning. Hey, this thing is serious, man. Okay? And I played to you the one on RT News, man. This is new, man. This here is new, man.
Going a few minutes without their smartphone can result in an apoplectic fit, right?
And it can. Look what the chick did when she dropped her phone on the tracks, man. The train, she seen the train coming, man. Okay? Just like Rick Sanchez just said, man. Hey, she about to go crazy not to have her phone, man, so she should be all on social media, man. Okay? Hey, these people is bugged out. Hey, without these phones, these people will go crazy today, man. Because everything revolves around social media, man. That's what's wrong with people today, man. They too caught up in Facebook and Instagram, man. And Twitter. They life revolve around. Hey, when you watch the movie, episodes on Netflix, Black Mirror, man, they show you on one episode of everything was based around you having a score, man. Okay, you having likes. People liking you. Because if nobody likes you, man, you ain't nothing, man. You can't get a house. You can't get a car. You'll lose your job. That's in the episode on Black Mirror about having, you got to have a 4.2 or better, man. A 4.0 or better. Okay, if you're trying to get a house or a car or something that got to do with your living situation, you got to have a 4.0 or better, man. That's in the episode of Black Mirror. So it's showing you that these things are coming, man, are playing out in everyday life, man. So what manner of person are you ought to be in our holy conversation? Seeing that these things is happening, man. And so with that, shalom.